All right, Houdale here, Stripes and Coffee. It's a little bit in the evening on Saturday before the Super Bowl, and got myself a delicious IPA going on here, so no coffee this time. Also got some new drip, AFC Champs, new t-shirt. Let's see that, AFC Champs. AFC Champs, baby, representing AFC in the Super Bowl. So really, as we moved into this Super Bowl week, super excited and everything, but earlier in the week, I wanted to savor every last little bit of, the playoff run up to this point, and I just wasn't ready to let it go until like just when we, the team did their little pep rally and took off to LA. So I was just kind of hanging and savoring on to every little bit. Not, we're in the Super Bowl, that's awesome, but let me just soak in every last little bit of what we've done up to this point. So I did want to make a quick little video as kind of like a Sayonara playoffs and hello Super Bowl, and just kind of recap some of my favorite moments in this little playoff run. So this is all going to be off the top of my head, so hopefully I can capture some of the biggest moments that we got to experience. But let's start off with the Raiders game. First and foremost, the biggest factor is just ending that curse and getting that first playoff win in 31 years. We got to do it at home in Cincinnati, and I sadly can't be part of that. I'm living in the Pacific Northwest, but just to see that atmosphere, I could sense it through the TV. I could feel it. I could taste it. Just, it was palpable. And just when we took that final knee to knee it out, it just, that was just an awesome moment. So just the fact of getting that win and getting that, off, that burden off everybody's chest, was just an amazing sight to see. I was misty-eyed. My daughter was misty-eyed, AJ Houday. So that was just an awesome moment there. So some of my favorite plays in that game, first off, the Ogunjobi strip sack, where we got that in, just like we just went down and scored and got that strip sack, like, oh man, we're going to dominate this game. And sadly, I think it just led to a field goal, and kind of sad leading that game. I think it would have been bigger domination, except for the fact we kind of were settling for field goals. So, be that as it may, we still won that game. So the result didn't matter there, but I would like to see us do a little bit better job at that, had the way we've done in the whole playoffs so far. But that was an awesome moment to say, hey man, our defense is for real. We're here. We're generating turnovers. They're very opportunistic, and that was just an example of it, to get our team the ball back in the red zone after we just scored. Awesome moment. You can't forget that dart to CJ Uzomah. When we were in the red zone there, he just kind of, Joe Burrow shot a laser, and Uzomah just held on to that, just kind of did a little box out right there on the goal line. Got that. That was awesome to see CJ get that in that moment. He's one of the longer tenured Bengals that we have right now, him and Tyler, and of course Hubers and Clark Harris. They've been around forever, but on offense, those two for sure. And it was great to see CJ get involved there. Speaking of CJ, I remember when they hit him for like 20 or 30 yards up the seam. Just an amazing pass. He just got it over the linebackers, under the safety, and just right in CJ's hands. That was just one of the more incredible pinpoint throws that you're going to see. Amazing moment. Despite the controversy, the Joe Burrow, when he was flushed out of the pocket in the end zone there, and he was running to the sideline, and he got his foot, his outside foot, the other foot was in the air, and he went and he was hovering, like he was just like magic, just hovering over the, the sideline there to keep from going out of bounds, and just lofted it up to a wide open Tyler Boyd. Unfortunately, that became a point of controversy because they blew the whistle when it was in the air, and if you want to get by technical black and white rules, that should not have been a touchdown, but in spirit, that was a touchdown. When you look at the defensive back there, he was beat before that whistle went off. That was just a look of a man beat. So, yes, that was maybe against the rule as written in black and white, but come on, man. It's sad we have to even talk about that. That stupid ref blowing that when we can't be talking about this amazing throw. That would have been a touchdown anyway. To me, that was clear. They did a little, they kind of timed it, and the length of time it took from the whistle to when the ball hit Tyler Boyd's hands was at or less than the amount of time it takes for the sound to register in the human body to even react to it. So it sucks that it had to come to that. We have to talk about it in that way, that we can't just talk about this amazing throw. But it was an amazing throw, amazing way for Tyler Boyd to not give up on the play and to just kind of go in scramble mode and get open for Joe. And I love that. And the final one I really want to bring up in this game is obviously we got the lead, but a touchdown would put us in the loss column. Raiders were doing a drive in the last minute or two of the game and marching down the field, and they go to a 4th and goal. They get this, game over. They win the game if they get a touchdown there. If they don't get it or whatever, then we win the game. As it turned out, Jermaine Pratt, jumped that route and got the interception, and that was just an awesome moment when we sealed it right there. We knew it. Was able to go out there, give it to the offense one last time, have him take a knee, and let time expire. Fireworks. Bengals win their first playoff game in 31 years. A lot of awesomeness there. So moving on into the Tennessee game, right off the bat, we get an interception from Jesse Bates. I do a play action, throw it. Jesse Bates must have been doing his homework or whatever, jumped that route, got us the ball. So I think that just led to a field goal, sadly. And that was a rough sledding game for us, but that was just awesome to see our defense step up in that way. I can't forget about the Jamar Chase catch and run. Just threw basically a screen pass to him behind the line of scrimmage, and this dude took it 70, 80 yards or whatever. We were on our side of the field, and he took it all the way to the 20 or 30 yard line. Awesome moment there. It was awesome to see Mixon in the red zone for us to get that 12 or 15 yard outside run that he was able to do. Just seeing him get a touchdown in the playoffs was awesome to see. The Mike Hilton interception, and that took points off the board. They were in easy field goal range, and they were moving to possibly score 7. So Mike Hilton gets a free release, and Tannehill lets go of it before he gets there, but Mike Hilton has the presence of mind to jump up and bat that ball up and stay with it and catch that ball, and he took off running and got us the ball back, took points off the board. Just plain and simple right there. And to cap it off, they were driving with the ball. They got the ball last. We were tied. They were going to be able to drain clock and kick 3 if they got in position. So I don't know if they got cocky or what, but Tannehill decided to throw not a shorter pass, nothing crazy, but it was kind of a little bolder throw for sure. And Eli Apple got his hand in there and popped that ball straight up. Logan Wilson kept his eye on it and made sure he come down with that ball. So we may not be talking about this one if he doesn't get that. He got that back for our offense to make the last play of the, to have the ball last before the end of regulation. And then we get another one of these 3rd and 27 moments. So, Chase 3rd and long, I think it was like 3rd and 10, and he just needed to catch it. Burrow had been in duress all game, 9 sacks, and the pass protection held up just long enough for him to get that up, and Chase ran a great route. Burrow knew exactly where he was going with that ball, and it felt like that 3rd and 27 when we beat the Chiefs last time, and just got that play, went out of bounds, and got us in a good field goal range. And McPherson made that game-winning field goal. So, and really, I got to talk about him in general, just this whole playoffs. I think he got 12 straight field goals. I don't know if that includes extra points or not, but everything straight through, splitting the uprights. So, dude just says, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship game. Goes out there and ices that mofo off. So, great to see. Now, finally, we'll get the AFC Championship game. So, definitely a tale of 2 halves there. So they were stifling our offense, and they were walking all over us, doing whatever they wanted. So there were some plays here and there in the first half, but really, I just want to get to the very last play of the first half where they were driving down, and I think they got a little bit greedy or whatever, or thought they could punch it in or whatever it was. And they had a shot at that play. They just should not have threw that. That should not have been in the field of play. If they wanted to throw that, I think they had time to throw something in the back of the end zone. It misses, whatever. You have another couple seconds to kick a field goal. But he throws it to Tyreek Hill. Eli Apple, you saw he was manned up with him as Tyreek went into motion and tackled him in the field of play. They don't get any points. That made me think, well, damn, that's like a Jacksonville game. We get that 4th and 1 goal line stop, and like, you know what? We're not that far down. 11 points down. That was just like the previous KC game, and that's 11 points. You get a couple stops and you score, you're back in that game. So that's when I really felt like, we really got a shot at this. So I didn't know we would hold them to 3 points again. I thought that they were going to score more than that, but I thought we would also get enough stops and score enough to overcome that. But as it was, our defense in that whole second half, just all of it really, just the way that they just rushed 3, and had somebody covering in the middle of the field as a spy to not let Patrick Mahomes run around and, extend the play and get out and run for yards. And they just had everybody bracketed. We dropped 8, with that one guy kind of in the middle of the field, just as a spy on Patrick Mahomes. And we weren't worried about the pass rush getting home because they gambled that, hey, I don't think they're going to go do the short passes or run the ball. They want to do their big play stuff, and that's exactly what happened, and that whole way they played defense that second half. So that was just awesome. I love, I did forget about the first half, the P. Ryan catch and run where he did a 40-yard scamper. It seemed like every game we have at least somebody do some big play like that that's like a short pass or something, and they get big yards off of it. So that was executed perfectly. And so now going back into the second half, that B.J. Hill where we had Patrick Mahomes all kind of flustered, it felt like on that play, kind of blitzed, I think, on the right side of their O-line, and he come back left and tried to toss it out, but B.J. Hill just got his hands up, slapped that thing, and kept concentration and come down with it. So that got us the ball, which led to a Jamar Chase touchdown. Just a great touchdown because that Jamar was getting dry humped by the defensive back on the way up, man. This is like, I don't, just to him to go up and come down with that contested was an amazing catch. And then to immediately go for 2. And if you see Jamar Chase, and I think it was Irwin, somebody we don't really see. It's been a practice squad or a kind of a low end on the depth chart. I think he's returned some kicks for us a couple times. But Jamar and him were over on the left side of the line. And Jamar Chase cut in, and he sucked up those defensive backs, left the wide open. Irwin, I think that's his name, 11. So I'll have to look that back up. But man, yeah, easy 2-point conversion there. Now this thing's all tied up. So I remember at the end of that game, they're driving down. Our defense holds up, and that play where he's having all kinds of time, and it's too much time, but that was kind of by design because we're only rushing 3, and we got a lot of coverage in the backfield. And then Hubbard realized, okay, he's not going anywhere. He's looking for somebody. I'm taking off. This is too much time. Now I'm going. He went right after him, hit him, knocked the ball out, almost ended the game right there. But knocked them back. They had to kick a field goal. And then things get really fun here. So the previous game, we were like, oh, man, you got to change the overtime rules, man. You don't get a chance to touch the ball. And to some extent, I agree with that. It is kind of lame when you win the coin toss and go get a touchdown. The other team doesn't get a chance to touch the ball. But that's just the way the rules are written, You don't like it, don't go to overtime, man. Do more in regular, in regulation. And, go ahead and build a defense. It's okay. It's okay to play some defense. And, we proved it in this case. So we lost that toss. And, Patrick Mahomes was like, yeah. And Joe Burrow's like, dang it. And the whole place was cheering like they won the damn game. So we get Mahomes in the 3rd and long. He's not able to do anything. Almost had a pick 6 from Eli Apple in that series. And then he just did a fuck it. Tyreek's down there somewhere moment. And, we had 2 safeties back there. I'm not sure if, he's just taking a shot or whatever. But Jesse Bates made a great play, tipped that ball that went straight to Von Bell. You know, picked the game. Now their position's over, their whole possession. So next score wins, no matter what. It's not even, we don't even need to score 7. So it actually, by us stopping them, made it easier on ourselves. So we had a great pass to T. Higgins, had a nice 10, 12, 15-yard run from Joe Mixon to get us more or less chip shot field goal. McPherson again kicks it through the uprights. We are going to the Super Bowl. So this is my little video to kind of recap most of what I remember from leading up to this moment, so I can bury that and go all in on the Super Bowl, which I pretty much have been. I just didn't get my video recorded, but I am super excited. There's been all kinds of awesome coverage. There's people all over the board. I think Rams are favored, of course, but most people are thinking a close game, but Rams win. A handful of people are picking the Bengals, and there's a handful of people thinking that the Rams are going to blow us out. Nick Wright probably should call himself Nick Wrong. We didn't have a chance against the Kansas City Chiefs, but he still thinks, well, we're still a fluke at this time. I don't know how it could be a fluke. I mean, you got to get a little lucky to win some games. But, I mean, Mahomes got a little lucky in the previous game, and everybody at some point got lucky during this season to get where they were. So, super stoked. I might do another video, too, before the game. Of course, I'll do one pre-game, as I have done, and I might do another couple as I think of some things or whatever. I don't got much time left, about a day and a half before, but at any rate, that's a little longer than it has been. But, AFC champs, Super Bowl bound, 56. I feel good that we can come out winners in that one. So, Houday, Stripes and Coffee, and Houdale out.